The football world is buzzing with speculation as MAXX Crosby's potential arrival to the Cowboys seems to be more than just a rumor, and fans are already imagining the impact he could have on the team's defensive line. Imagine the sheer intensity of Crosby, a player known for his relentless pursuit and ability to disrupt offensive schemes, now roaming the edges of the Cowboys' defensive front. Analysts are already discussing how his presence might change the way opposing quarterbacks approach the line of scrimmage, potentially forcing them into hurried throws or mistakes. The Cowboys have long been looking to inject more aggression and consistency into their defense, and Crosby's reputation as a game-changer fits perfectly into that narrative. Rumors suggest that his work ethic and ability to energize a locker room could be just as valuable as his on-field production, providing a spark that can lift the entire defensive unit. Even casual observers are starting to weigh in, imagining highlight reels of Crosby overpowering blockers, drawing double teams, and creating opportunities for his teammates. The mere idea of him lining up alongside the Cowboys' existing stars is already generating intense discussion and debate across sports media, social platforms, and fan forums. Beyond his physical abilities, there is speculation about the mental edge Crosby brings to the field, the kind of player who studies tendencies, anticipates plays, and can make adjustments on the fly. Cowboys fans are imagining a defensive unit that is smarter, faster, and more unpredictable simply because Crosby is now part of the mix. Commentators are already theorizing how his presence could free up linebackers to be more aggressive, how it could allow cornerbacks and safeties to play with more confidence knowing the edge is well protected. The synergy between Crosby and the rest of the defensive squad is a hot topic, with pundits speculating that his leadership qualities could help younger players develop faster and raise the overall standard of accountability on the field. There is also talk about the psychological effect on opponents, the intimidation factor of seeing a relentless pass rusher with a proven track record joining the Cowboys. Even though no official games have been played yet, the mere anticipation of his involvement is shaping strategic discussions, creating hypothetical scenarios where the Cowboys suddenly become one of the most feared defenses in the league. Fans are already visualizing the highlight reels, imagining moments where Crosby's tenacity changes the course of a game, generating momentum and inspiring the entire team. The rumors extend beyond the field, with some speculating about how Crosby's arrival might influence the team's culture and identity moving forward. Cowboys insiders have hinted that the organization is seeking a renewed sense of toughness and resilience, and Crosby's competitive nature aligns perfectly with that vision. There is talk that his presence could encourage a more aggressive play-calling philosophy, a willingness to take risks in defensive schemes that previously might have seemed too bold. Analysts are already debating whether the defensive coordinator will adapt the system to maximize Crosby's unique skill set, potentially shifting formations and adjusting responsibilities to exploit matchups. Fans are creating their own narratives, imagining the stadium atmosphere as Crosby makes key plays, hearing the roar of the crowd, and the energy that comes from seeing a truly dominant player in action. Even rival teams are reportedly taking notice, reassessing their offensive strategies in anticipation of facing a bolstered Cowboys defensive line. The speculation is intense, with every aspect of Crosby's potential involvement analyzed in endless detail, from his conditioning routines to his game-day mentality. There is an underlying excitement in the air, a feeling that something transformative is about to happen. Speculation has also focused on the long-term implications of bringing a player like Crosby into the fold. Observers suggest that his influence could extend beyond immediate on-field impact, shaping future recruitment, draft strategies, and even the way younger players approach their development. The Cowboys have historically emphasized toughness, but with Crosby, there's talk that the team could evolve into a defensive powerhouse, capable of dominating games in a way that reshapes perceptions of their identity. Analysts are already projecting statistical scenarios, imagining sacks, tackles for loss, and forced turnovers that could shift the balance of entire matchups. Fans on social media are engaging in heated debates about which current defenders will benefit most from Crosby's presence. speculating on potential breakout seasons and record-setting performances. There is also discussion about the narrative value, how adding a high-profile, respected player could generate media attention, fan engagement, and even merchandising opportunities. All of these speculations coalesce into a larger narrative of transformation, one where Crosby is seen not just as a reinforcement, but as a catalyst for evolution within the Cowboys organization. The possibilities seem endless, and the excitement is tangible. Rumors are further fueled by subtle hints from team insiders, cryptic comments in press conferences, and the careful curation of social media posts. Observers are piecing together these fragments, interpreting them as signals that the organization is fully committed to making a statement with Crosby's integration. Analysts speculate on the strategic adjustments, imagining defensive alignments designed to maximize his explosiveness while creating opportunities for other players to shine. Fans are envisioning scenarios where Crosby's impact is immediate, a force that instantly elevates the defense's effectiveness, and they are discussing how his personality could serve as a bridge between veterans and emerging talent. The speculative narrative often emphasizes the transformative potential, suggesting that Crosby's presence could redefine the way the Cowboys are perceived league-wide, creating a defense that opponents genuinely fear. Some experts even hint at potential ripple effects, including changes in offensive strategies around the league, as teams prepare to counteract a more dominant Cowboys front. The collective imagination surrounding Crosby's arrival is nearly as intense as the reality, with endless debates about his potential influence on games, culture, and team identity. Finally, the ongoing speculation creates an electric sense of anticipation for the season ahead, as fans and pundits alike analyze every possible angle of Crosby's potential impact. Conversations range from tactical analyses to more abstract discussions about leadership, character, and momentum. There's a constant weighing of pros and cons, imagining matchups, situational effectiveness, and even hypothetical signature moments. The narrative is fueled not only by Crosby's known abilities, but also by the gaps in knowledge, the uncertainty that allows imagination to run wild. The rumors contribute to a storyline that is part sports analysis, part speculative fiction, giving fans something to engage with while waiting for the first whistle. The excitement is compounded by the fact that Crosby's style of play is inherently dramatic, capable of generating highlight reel moments that could define games. In this sense, the rumor of his arrival has become a story in itself, an evolving saga that energizes the Cowboys fan base and keeps the broader football community invested in every development. Every discussion, every debate, and every speculative article adds to the growing anticipation surrounding his potential impact. Even as speculation swirls, there are discussions about the potential adjustments the defensive coaching staff might make to fully utilize Crosby's skill set. Analysts suggest that certain schemes might be modified to exploit his speed, strength, and ability to pressure the quarterback. Fans imagine creative alignments, with linebackers moving differently and secondary players being freed up to make plays because Crosby's presence demands attention. There is speculation about the psychological effect on both the Cowboys and their opponents, as having a player of his caliber could instill confidence within the team while simultaneously creating hesitation in opposing offenses. Commentators are discussing matchups, imagining how offensive lines will respond, and predicting how the defensive line rotations could evolve. Social media is awash with theories, debates, and comparisons to past defensive greats, as fans attempt to project how quickly Crosby could make an immediate difference. Even before any official confirmation, the excitement is palpable, and analysts are framing him as a transformative figure who might shift the balance of power in the league. The rumor itself has become a narrative, blending speculation, anticipation, and strategic analysis into a story that captivates followers across platforms. Speculators also consider how Crosby's work ethic and training habits might influence his teammates. There's a belief that the intensity he brings during practice could raise the overall standard for preparation, execution, and accountability. Cowboys players are imagined to be inspired, pushed to elevate their performance, and perhaps adopting new routines modeled after Crosby's approach. Commentators have highlighted the potential cultural impact, suggesting that his presence could redefine team norms, emphasizing resilience, focus, and a relentless approach to every game. Fans imagine the locker room environment transforming, with veterans mentoring younger players, while Crosby's professionalism sets a new benchmark. The speculation includes scenarios where his influence extends to film study, pre-game preparation, and in-game adjustments, creating a ripple effect that strengthens the entire unit. Analysts even predict that opposing teams might feel the pressure of facing not just an elite pass rusher, but an organized, cohesive defensive force whose energy and preparation are amplified by Crosby's integration. The narrative around his potential arrival becomes a story of transformation, both on and off the field, fueling excitement for what lies ahead. Rumors about Crosby also touch on his potential fit with the Cowboys' defensive identity. Observers speculate that his style of play might encourage a more aggressive front, a focus on disruption, and the creation of high-leverage situations. Analysts suggest that such adjustments could influence game outcomes, tipping the scales in critical moments. Fans speculate on iconic moments, imagining Crosby breaking through double teams, forcing hurried throws, and creating opportunities for turnovers. There's a broader narrative emerging, one where the Cowboys' defense becomes a symbol of intensity and relentless pursuit, a team that opponents approach with caution and respect. The speculation goes even further, imagining media coverage framing the Cowboys as a defensively dominant team thanks to Crosby's influence. Pundits theorize about how his presence could inspire signature plays that define the season, creating highlight reels, memorable moments, and legendary matchups. Even without a single game played, the anticipation has transformed the rumor into a storyline of potential greatness, capturing the imagination of fans and analysts alike. But before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep bringing you the latest updates on the Dallas Cowboys. Feel free to share your thoughts on the news in the comments as well. Beyond the tactical and performance aspects, there is speculation about the leadership Crosby might bring to the team. Analysts highlight his potential to mentor younger defenders, provide guidance in high-pressure situations, and elevate the overall professionalism of the squad. Fans are discussing how his approach to preparation, competition, and resilience could influence locker room dynamics, establishing him as a respected voice among peers. Commentators imagine scenarios where Crosby's influence extends beyond the field, shaping team rituals, practice intensity, and even strategic discussions with coaches. The speculation creates a narrative where his impact is multidimensional, blending performance, leadership, and cultural influence. Social media amplifies this discussion, with fans imagining Crosby inspiring teammates to reach higher levels of excellence and creating a domino effect that strengthens the entire Cowboys organization. Analysts suggest that this kind of influence, while difficult to quantify, could be as critical as any statistical contribution, reinforcing the idea that Crosby's arrival is about transformation, energy, and raising the standard across every facet of the team. There's also speculation about how Crosby's arrival could shift league-wide perceptions of the Cowboys. Observers suggest that a reinforced defensive line might demand respect from rival teams, forcing adjustments and influencing game planning even before the first snap. Fans speculate about how offensive coordinators might reconsider strategies, how quarterback decision-making could be altered, and how matchups may suddenly appear more challenging. Analysts highlight the potential domino effect, imagining games where Crosby's presence changes the flow, rhythm, and psychological battle between teams. The rumors extend to possible playoff implications, with speculation about how his contributions could position the Cowboys as a defensive powerhouse capable of dominating critical moments. Every mention of Crosby triggers analysis, debate, and excitement, reflecting the depth of anticipation surrounding his hypothetical integration. The narrative grows with each conversation, reinforcing the idea that this is not just a roster addition, but a transformative event with far-reaching implications for both the Cowboys and the league as a whole. Finally, The anticipation surrounding MAXX CROSBY's potential role continues to dominate conversations, blending rumor, analysis, and speculation into a captivating storyline. Fans are imagining every possible scenario, from electrifying plays to subtle shifts in team dynamics that only someone of his caliber could create. Commentators debate the timing of adjustments, the strategic implications, and the psychological effect on both his teammates and opponents. Analysts project statistical impacts, envisioning sacks, pressures, and turnovers, while also considering the intangible qualities that a leader like Crosby brings to the field. Social media fuels the narrative. As speculation becomes discussion, discussion becomes hype, and hype evolves into a collective expectation that something transformative is on the horizon. Even without a single official confirmation, the excitement has already reshaped perceptions, framing Crosby as a potential catalyst for change, energy, and dominance. The rumor itself has transcended ordinary speculation, becoming a story of possibility, potential, and the promise of an electrifying future for the Cowboys' defensive line. Every imagined scenario contributes to a growing sense of anticipation that can only be fully realized once he steps onto the field, making fans eager to witness the unfolding of a new era. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to keep receiving exclusive news about the Dallas Cowboys, please subscribe to our channel and give this video a like. We always look forward to your comments and opinions. See you in the next video.